Hello everyone, Mr. Happy here, and in this video, just wanted to show everyone where to unlock most of the new things for patch 3.1. Every time a new patch comes out, I very often get a question, where do you unlock this, where do you unlock that? I figure having a centralized video for that will definitely help both current players and players that may eventually get to this patch content sometime in the near future. So while this video won't cover absolutely everything, it will cover the main story missions, the 2 new expert dungeons, the Diadem, which is the new free company airship exploration stuff, Thordon Extreme, the Void Ark, NPCs to trade in clan mark logs and Miyachi farthings in order to get gob coats and gob twines, the Vanu Vanu Beast Tribe quest, Lords of Verminion, and the new dances and hairstyles. Yes, the new dances and hairstyles were that requested that I had to include them in the video. Don't forget, in patch 3.15, we will have the anima weapons, which are the new relic weapons or zodiac weapons coming out, as well as the Scholastic side story quests. Those are not yet available, so I will be doing them in the future. There's also a Final Fantasy XI event going on, which you can unlock over in LIMSALOMINSA by the Adventurers Guild in the upper deck, but that will no longer be available after the end of 2015. So if you're watching this after then, sorry, but the Final Fantasy XI event has already passed. Apologies. So let's get started with the content that's actually in Ishgard. From the teleport here at the Aetheryte Plaza, you'll want to take the Ethernet over to the last vigil. Now, I'm sure you have some idea of where you're going already for the new main story quest, considering you had to do this quite often for the main story quest going from 50 to 60. Once you go over to the last vigil, just enter House Fortamp, and you'll notice that Alphino is ready with your next patch 3.1 main story quest. Of course, you'll need to complete the 3.0 main story quest before you can get this one, and yes, I haven't done it yet, so I will do it in the near future, don't worry. Once you're done with Alphino here, next place you'll want to go is either to unlock the Diadem or the Void Ark, both of which are pretty much right next to each other, so you might as well just do them both at the same time. So let's go over to the Ethernet shard here, and with the Ethernet, take it over to the Astrologian Guild, also known as the, prepare for the butcher, Athenium Astrologicum. That's the Astrologicum, probably, I don't know, something along those lines. The Astrologians Guild, that's why I call it that. Now, while you're here, there will be 2 NPCs. First one immediately on your right. This will be the one that starts the quest Sky Pirates, not here right now since I've already done it. And once you've unlocked Sky Pirates, just follow that quest all the way through until you get to the Void Ark. No, there will not be a pink reindeer running around with a pitchfork when you get there. And then once you want to unlock the Diadem, you'll just come over to this NPC, Orville, and he'll give you a quick rundown of what the Diadem is. And from this location, you can access easy and normal. Now keep in mind, in order to unlock hard mode, you will need to go with a free company that has it unlocked via their free company exploration mission set, the airships that they can level up and whatnot through the free company features. But before you can enter easy or normal through the Ishgard area, you'll need to actually buy a Mission Ceruleum voucher. These are actually used in order to enter, so for each time you enter the Diadem, you'll need one. They're 700 gil each. Just buy a bunch of them if you're planning on doing the Diadem over and over and over again. Now, with the rewards that you actually get from the Diadem, mostly the pink gear that you can get, which can either be I-150, I-180, or I-210, you can come back and trade it here to the Spoils Trader, and he will give you brass spoils depending on what you bring to him. I-150 gear is worth 1 brass spoil each, I-180 gear is worth 2 brass spoils each, and I-210 gear is worth 3 brass spoils each. With those brass spoils, you can trade them over to the spoils collector in order to get things such as grade 3, 4, or 5 materials such as red script items, as well as deep red, deep green clusters, all these kind of things. You can also get Disciple of Land stuff. Now, the Disciple of Land stuff is actually bought with Steel Sky Pirate spoils, which you can get from gathering nodes over in the Diadem. And with this, you can actually buy materia, like gathering materia, as well as red script items, or I'm sorry, favor items that you can get with gathering, as well as some of the materials that actually drop on the islands themselves. So with all those materials, you can also do Spoils Exchange Other if you really want things such as the Pegasus Whistle, which is a new mount akin to the Unicorn mount, though with wings. You can get sets of fire shards, clusters, in case you're someone who needs to do some crafting. Some of the new deep clusters that you can get. Any of these you can get using Steel Sky Pirates spoils as well. For some reason, I have a hard time saying Steel Sky Pirates spoils. Just so many S's, I can't handle it. So those are all the things that you're going to want to unlock in Idyllshire for patch 3.1. So next we're going to touch on the 2 new hard mode dungeons. Now, the first one we're going to go to includes going to LIMSALOMINSA Upper Decks, and this is going to be to unlock Pharaoh Sirius hard mode. Now keep in mind, if you haven't beaten Pharaoh Sirius, the original level 50 dungeon from back in 2.1, you're going to need to do that as well as do the follow-up quest, Why So Serious, coming from that quest line. Once you've completed Why So Serious, head over to LIMSALOMINSA and teleport to the Aft Castle. Remember, I said that if you are here for the Final Fantasy XI event as well, you can see it, A Journey to Remember, right there in the Adventurers Guild in the upper decks. Again, would teleport to the Aft Castle to get there. The NPC you're going to be looking for is this guy, Troshray, or whatever the heck his name is pronounced. He will give you the quest, Things Are Getting Serious, and that will help you unlock Pharaoh Sirius hard mode. This is one of the 2 expert dungeons you'll need in order to re-unlock your expert roulette, which does give you the following rewards daily on top of giving you this gil whenever there's an adventure in need. Once you have the quest here for Pharaoh Sirius hard mode, the other expert dungeon is actually unlocked in the Dravanian hinterlands. So with that, we're going to teleport over to Idyllshire and walk out. Now there are some things to unlock in Idyllshire. More specifically, there's a new NPC in Idyllshire, but we'll be covering that after we go grab the expert dungeon. I figure we want to finish these in a set, and then we can come back here. Now there is also an Ethernet inside of this place, but I haven't taken the time to unlock it yet. They removed the guy who teleports you over to the side. In fact, I believe just talking to this one-time guide will be enough to get us there. Nope, definitely not. I actually haven't unlocked. There's an Ethernet in this zone now, and I have no idea where it's actually used. If anything, I think it's just somewhere in the... Oh, there it is. There's the Ethernet. This will actually take you out to Western Idyllshire. Oh, no, that's actually the Western Idyllshire one. Let's go over there and touch it. I actually really should unlock the Ethernet. Granted, I think that's the only place it'll take you. I guess when we touch it, we'll see what happens. There's not so many things going on. Idyllshire also has the ability to mount up now in patch 3.1. Oh, the Mikote child is here. It's been a while since I've seen them. It's been about 4 months since I've seen that child as well. Rare occurrence. It's nothing like an exploding creeper, but it'll do. Here we go. Ethernet shard. You now have access to West Idyllshire. You now have access to the Epilogue Gate, Eastern Hinterlands. So now what you can actually do is you can go directly to either the Western or Eastern Hinterlands as soon as you grab this Ethernet shard here on the west side. And that way you can also do it directly from the Aetheryte Plaza, so you don't need that NPC to teleport you outside anymore. So I am actually going to go to the Western Hinterlands, because the next NPC we need for St. Mosion's Arboretum is out here. Alright, let's jump away. Now the NPC you're going to be looking for is at X12Y19. So right about here on the map. Let's just fly directly down. We should be there in T-minus a few seconds. So you're going to be looking for an NPC right in this vicinity. Somewhere in the X12Y19 vicinity, you're going to want to be on the lookout for an NPC. Once you're here, you probably won't miss it on your mini-map. So just be ready to look out for that. And eventually that NPC will take you over there where St. Mosion's Arboretum actually begins. I'm sure that's not how it's pronounced, but oh well. Here's the entrance to the dungeon. And then you should be good to go with your 2 new expert dungeons. Now let's see, we've done the Diadem, so I guess the next thing to do would be Thordon Extreme. Thordon Extreme is actually unlocked in Mordona, and yes, I know we do have the one other thing in Idyllshire, but I figure I might as well finish off all the major content before I actually go and show you where things such as NPCs for Lords of Verminion and trading in items actually are. Thordon Extreme, very simply, all you have to do is finish the 3.0 main storyline, then walk into this area right here and talk to this NPC Alice in order to do the quest Thordon's Reign, and that will unlock Thordon Extreme here in your duty finder right here under trials, although you will need a full party of 8 in order to queue in on your own. Don't forget, in patch 3.1 also Ravana Extreme and Bismarck Extreme were added into the duty finder, so if you haven't completed them yet, you might have the opportunity to get in there and do them there. Okay, so those are all the major pieces of content. We still do have the Vanu Vanu Beast Tribe quest, Lords of Verminion, and of course the new dances and hairstyles. But before we do that, one of the other major requests that I get is, where can I trade in the Mihachi Farthing? How do I get Gobcoats and Gobtwines from the hunt? And luckily, all of that was centralized, excuse me, into a single NPC. So, we're going to check that NPC out right now. And also, I went to pick up to grab some water, because as you can hear, my voice is getting a bit raspy. So, Let's just go over here. As you can see, Idyllshire, Rowena's starting to perk the place up a little bit. We got logs all over the place, wood, you know, people working. So as you can see over by Rowena's tent, there's a new NPC called DRAVANIA. This is the NPC that has wondrous sundries, and you're going to want to trade in items here. Actually, I don't think she's new. Maybe she is new. I could have sworn his Mena had this before. But as you can see, Mihachi Farthing, you'll get one of these per week from the last boss of the Void Arc, and you can trade them in for your choice of Gob Twine or Gob Coat to upgrade Esoteric's gear from I-200 to I-210. You also have Gob Twines and Gob Coats from Clan Mark logs, which you can get for 500 of the Centurio seals, which you get from the Heavensward hunts, and you can trade those in for Gob Coats and Gob Twines as well. There's also a Wyvern Horn, which is basically a Null mount. He was a B rank hunt back in A Realm Reborn, and that will cost you 6 Clan Mark logs as well, totaling 3,000 Centurio seals for a twine and 2,000 for a coat. You can also get, let's see, gotta go to Wondrous Sundries 2 for this one, I believe. Over in Wondrous Sundries 2, you can also trade in Heavensward Helm Fragments, which you get from beating Thordon Extreme, for your choice of weapon. It's the same token system that worked for Ravana, for Bismarck, that kind of is implemented in Alexander Savage with the pages. So just be sure to come here. You can also get a Round Table Barding for 15 fragments that you can put on your Chocobo. So with that out of the way, let's go over to the Vanu Beast Tribe quest next. Those are pretty simple. I'm sure most of you kind of have some idea of where to go for that. All you got to do is teleport into Okzundu. Also, someone's sending me a tell right now. As much as I don't like to reply in the middle of a video, I'm just going to say thank you to them, and we are going to continue on. So once you're here, you're simply going to want to go over to Sanu Vanu over here. Oddly enough, there's 2 Sanu Vanus, so one of them has it. This one's Sanu Vanu, this one's Sanu Vanu, or Sunu Vanu, I don't know. One of these 2 has it, because they both have almost the exact same name standing right next to each other. And then you'll just follow those quest lines to actually unlock the Vanu Beast Tribe quest, and continue doing them on a daily basis. Next we have Lords of Verminion, which will take us over to the Gold Saucer, over in Ul'dah. I believe these are all the things I needed to show. I can't think of anything I'm missing. Thordon Extreme, Void Arc, the Diadem, the 2 new dungeons, the main story quest, the Vanu Beast Tribe quest, Lords of Verminion now, new dances, hairstyles, and the NPC. Those are all the things I've been asked about the most the last 2 days. So once you're here in the Gold Saucer, you're going to want to take the Ethernet over to Chocobo Square. They actually just incorporated Lords of Verminion into Chocobo Square. Once you're here in Chocobo Square, you'll step back out, and you'll notice that on your left-hand side, there's a new wing of the Gold Saucer. This includes the new minigames, which basically resemble the 1.0 Gathering minigame. I call them minigames 1.0 Gathering. And then in here, as you can see, we have Lords of Verminion. Just by clicking one of the machines for Lords of Verminion, you can access Verminion Challenge. At first, the only thing available will be the tutorial, but just do the tutorial, the basic NPC stuff. And also remember, there are a series of NPC challenges as well as non-ranked and ranked mode. There are also tournament modes, so be sure to check those out if you're looking to, mess with your RTS game. And to be honest, Lords of Verminion, quick little shout out here after I unlocked this Ethernet shard that I didn't know existed before I was in the middle of making this video. Lords of Verminion was surprisingly good for me. I thought they did an excellent job on the content, and that, honestly, if you're into RTSs, you might really, really like Lords of Verminion. They put way more work into it than I was expecting. So now for the final thing, we are just going to go back over to Entrance Square, where we are going to unlock the new dances and hairstyles. Now, I haven't unlocked any of them yet, just going to be showing you the NPCs. Now, the first one is the normal one, the Gold Saucer Attendant, where you can go over to the Others tab and actually buy Ballroom Etiquette, the Gold Dance, and Ballroom Etiquette, the Thavnarian Dance. Now, I know that they're pretty expensive, 80,000 MGP. Just remember that you have the mini, I can't find the name for it at this time in the morning. The mini Cact Pot, which you can win from on a daily basis. There's up to 3 of them. There's also the new challenge logs for the Gold Saucer. So if you just do some of the content on a daily basis, every week you can get a bonus 20,000 MGP just from these challenge logs. So I highly recommend doing them. There's also some new hairstyles here, Modern Aesthetics. This one costs 8,000, this one costs 9,600. And then finally, to win the hairstyles from the recent hairstyle contest, just walk over to the Modern Aesthetics Saleswoman, and you can buy it for just a cheap price of 14 MGP, and this will give you the Adventures one that people have entered before. So I'm assuming this NPC may be used for future hairstyle contests, otherwise I don't know why they separated her from everything else. But those are generally the NPCs that you need to know about for patch 3.1. If you have any NPCs you'd like to add, such as places you can go to unlock the steward for your housing or anything along those lines, be sure to add them in the comment section of the video below. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like, favorite, subscribe, and share. And I will see you all in the next video. I have a lot of them to be making for patch 3.1. So hopefully you're on the lookout for all of the content that was just shared with you in this video. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. And until then, take care.